Hey guys, so usually I'm trying to share some good tip, but wanted to share a fail that I had last night. One of the things that I teach about is being emotionally strong, being in control of your emotions. I really failed pretty bad at that last night, so I wanted to share that with you and kind of some of what I learned. So last night, I was putting dinner together. My wife and son came home, and then my son was in the backyard playing soccer. I told him to come in, and he didn't listen. He said, "Mom said I didn't have to." For whatever reason, I took that very hard. The story I was telling myself is, my son doesn't appreciate me. He's not respecting me. Nobody appreciates what I'm doing. So I started to feel angry about it. I started saying, like, get in here right now. I'm going to carry you in here. Just like a lot of stuff I'm really not proud of. So, eventually he came in and, we started doing our talk around the table. Usually do what we call table talk. So we'll choose one question that we all answer. So I was just mad. I could feel it. I talk about feeling your emotions, noticing them. I knew I was mad. I knew that probably the best thing to do would be to leave. My wife was trying to help me. She said, "Hey, why don't you take a break for a little bit?" I wouldn't listen. So yeah, for the table talk, I was like, what can you do to be more grateful in your family? That was the question that I asked. Um, Targeting my son, that he would be grateful for what I had done for dinner or whatever. Of course, he didn't say he was grateful for me. He said he was grateful for his brothers and sisters, which made me more mad. I shouldn't say made me more mad. I was choosing to get more upset about that, to interpret that in a way that was not very helpful. So everybody, all the kids could see me getting more and more upset. Luckily, I try to teach my kids this stuff. So one of my sons was like, "Come on, Dad, notice how you're feeling. How are you feeling?" And I said, "I'm feeling mad." He's like, "Okay, deal with it." That's from like one of the other videos I did, right? Notice, feel, and deal with your emotions. So I wasn't doing that very well at all. My 2-year-old son was like, "What's wrong, Dad? What's wrong?" Like they could all tell something was wrong. Like I yelled at my oldest son to sit back down, to stay at the table, like acting in a way that nobody would want to be around me, and yet I was demanding that they be around me. Eventually, I just said, "I'm out of control right now and I need to leave." I went out, I punched a punching bag. I was yelling at the punching bag. It was really pretty ridiculous. I was throwing a temper tantrum. So why am I sharing this? A couple reasons. One is to just let you know that I'm certainly not perfect. Everything that I share is stuff that I'm working on as well. I just did a video about apologizing, how to apologize the right way to your wife. My wife's been through some hard stuff, and so when I act in this kind of way, like demanding, controlling, angry like this, that scares her. I'm sure that set back her trust a little bit. I know it did. I know it set back my trust with my kids, so I'm going to have to earn that back over time. So to apologize to them the right way, I had to recognize what I did, tell them I was sorry, try to feel what they're feeling, which is, not really trusting, kind of scared, wondering what's going on. Wondering if all this stuff I'm teaching, I don't know if they're really thinking this, but I'm thinking, if all this stuff I'm teaching is really, do I really believe it or what? So anyway, there's a lot to make up for. I know I can. And, luckily I don't do this often, but, it causes some damage and I'm going to have to repair that over time. So hopefully this is helpful for you. The other thing my son said when I was getting mad was, he said, "It's not my fault that you're getting mad like this." And he was right. But I didn't want to hear it. I could feel like my lower brain, or the natural man, or whatever you want to call it, just taking over. And I could hear these things in my head, like, don't do this, like, calm yourself down, leave. I could hear all those things, but I was choosing not to. Like, I wanted to hurt my son, hurt him, not physically, but just like emotionally bring him down. And that was definitely in my beliefs, an evil thought, right? Um, so, I was choosing that. I was choosing all that. I was bringing that in. It wasn't anybody else doing that. So I'm glad they were all reminding me of the things that I taught them. I'm grateful for them. I've got some making up to do, so I will get working on that. But yeah, I want to share that with you guys.